Hello, my friends. Welcome to SWT English Learning. My name is Jack, and I'm really happy you're here with me today. Take a deep breath. Relax your shoulders. You're in a good place. Today, we're going to talk about something that truly changes how you learn English. How to speak naturally and confidently, even if you feel shy, nervous, or slow right now. I know that feeling. You understand words when you listen, but when it's your turn to talk, your mind goes blank. You want to speak, but the words come too slowly or not at all. That's okay. You are not alone. Every English learner in the world has felt that same moment of silence. But here's the truth. Conversation is not a talent, it's a skill. And skills can always be learned. Think about when you first learned to ride a bicycle. The first time, you were scared to fall. You moved slowly. But you kept trying. You practiced a few minutes every day, and one day, boom, you were riding without thinking. Speaking English works the same way. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep going, slowly and gently, every single day. Let's talk about why some people learn to speak faster than others. Many people think they must study grammar for years before they speak. Others think they must memorize long vocabulary lists. But that's not how real English conversation grows. You learn to speak by listening and repeating. Listening gives your brain examples, and repeating gives your mouth practice. It's that simple. Let me tell you a short story. My friend Daniel moved to Chicago from Brazil. When he arrived, he could read English but couldn't talk much. Every time someone asked him a question, he froze. He said to me, "Jack, my English disappears when I open my mouth." But Daniel started doing one small thing. Every morning, while making coffee, he listened to 5 minutes of slow English and repeated simple phrases, out loud. Just 5 minutes. After a few weeks, he started to reply naturally when people spoke to him. He didn't learn new grammar rules. He just listened and repeated. That's the secret. Small, daily habits. So let's start small today. Repeat after me. I can learn English. I can speak with confidence. I don't need to be perfect. Say it slowly. Feel your mouth move. Smile when you say it, because your brain listens to your own voice. It learns from you. Okay, let's talk about why conversation feels difficult. When you talk, your brain must do many things at the same time. Remember grammar, choose words, think of meaning, and make sounds. That's a lot. So don't expect it to be easy at the beginning. It's like playing piano while someone asks you questions. Your brain gets busy. But when you repeat, your brain starts doing these things automatically. You don't have to think about them anymore. Here's a fun example. Imagine you're walking in a park in Los Angeles. You see a person walking their dog. They smile and say, "Hey, nice weather, huh?" What can you say? You don't need big words. You can say, "Yeah, it's beautiful today." That's conversation. Short, friendly, and natural. Practice this kind of small talk. It's simple, but it builds your confidence. Let's practice a few short sentences together. You can repeat after me. How's your day going? It's going great, thanks. What do you do for fun? I love walking and listening to music. Good job. These are small, real sentences you can use anywhere, with friends, classmates, or even yourself. Now, some learners worry too much about grammar. Grammar is important, yes, but not in the beginning. If you stop every sentence to think, "Is this correct?" you lose confidence. Think about kids. Children speak before they know grammar rules. They make mistakes, but they still talk. You can do the same. Communication comes first. Grammar can grow later. Let's take another small example. Imagine you want to say, "Yesterday I go to market." Grammatically, it's not perfect. But guess what? Everyone understands you. You can correct it later to, "Yesterday I went to the market." The point is, people understand your meaning. And that's what communication is about. Here's something I want you to remember deeply. English is not a test. It's a tool for life, travel, work, and connection. You don't need to be perfect to use a tool, you just need to use it often. Every time you speak, you polish that tool a little more. Let's try a simple thought exercise. Imagine you're at a coffee shop. The barista asks, "What can I get you?" You smile and say, "A small coffee, please." Then they ask, "Anything else?" You can reply, "No, that's all, thank you." That's it. You just had a full conversation in English. Short, polite, and natural. Practice this kind of small talk. It's simple, but it builds your confidence. Now, one of the strongest ways to grow your conversation skills is listening. When you listen carefully, your brain learns how English sounds. The rhythm, the stress, the melody. That's why children learn their first language by listening for years before speaking. You can do the same. Here's what you can do. Every day, listen to something in English for just 10 minutes. It can be a podcast, a short story, or a YouTube video. Maybe from this channel, SWT English Learning. Don't worry about understanding every word. Just relax and listen. If you catch one new phrase, that's success. And here's a trick. Listen to the same audio 3 or 4 times. The first time, you understand a little. The second time, you hear more details. The third time, you notice pronunciation. The fourth time, your mouth starts to move with the sound. This is called shadowing, speaking together with what you hear. It feels strange at first, but it's powerful. Let's practice with me right now. I'll say some sentences slowly. Try to repeat right after me. Good morning. How are you today?
I'm feeling good. It's a beautiful day. Let's practice English. Nice work. You see, you're already training your brain and your mouth together. This is how fluency starts. Here's something to remember. Fluency is not about speed. It's about flow. It means speaking without long pauses, even with simple words. Some people speak fast but make no sense. Others speak slowly and clearly, and everyone listens. Be that person. Clarity is more powerful than speed. Now let's talk about confidence. Many learners feel scared to make mistakes. But mistakes are your best teacher. Every mistake shows you what to fix next. Think of mistakes as friends. They guide you. If you never make them, it means you're not trying. Here's a small daily challenge for you. Every day, say at least 5 sentences in English out loud. They can be about anything: your morning, your plans, your feelings. For example, I woke up early today. I'm making breakfast. I feel happy right now. I'm learning English. Say them while walking, cooking, or waiting for the bus. You don't need a teacher, you just need your voice. This small practice changes everything. You might think, "But Jack, I don't have anyone to talk to." That's okay. You have the best partner already, yourself. Talking to yourself in English is not strange. It's smart. Describe what you see. Ask yourself questions. Answer them out loud. What am I doing now? I'm cooking rice. What will I do next? I'll wash the dishes. Simple, real, powerful. Every time you do this, your brain learns to think in English. And thinking in English is the real key to fluency. You're doing great so far. Remember, your journey is not about big leaps. It's about small, daily steps. 10 minutes here, 5 minutes there. These minutes build your English mountain. Keep climbing slowly and happily. You're doing something amazing. You're building a new voice inside you, a voice that will connect you with new people, new ideas, and new worlds. Take a deep breath and smile. You've already started.
Great! Let's keep going, my friend. So, in your daily English practice, you already know how powerful small steps can be. Now, let's go a little deeper into how you can make English a natural part of your life, something that lives with you every day, not just something you study. Here's something I want you to imagine. You wake up in the morning, stretch, and before checking your phone, you whisper a few words in English. Something simple like, "Good morning, world," or "I'm ready for a new day." When you do this, you start the day with English energy. It's a small, happy signal to your brain. This is who I am, a person who speaks English. You don't need a classroom or a teacher for that. You just need a few quiet moments. Now, I know you might have a busy life. Maybe you work, study, take care of family, or travel to school every day. But no matter how full your day is, there are small pockets of time that you can fill with English. For example, when you cook, describe what you're doing in English. I'm cutting onions. I'm boiling water. I'm making tea. When you travel, look around and name things you see. There's a bus. That man is reading a newspaper. The sky is blue today. When you rest, think about your feelings in English. I feel tired but peaceful. I want to relax now. These moments are short, but they build your fluency faster than long, stressful study sessions. Let's practice that together. I'll say some daily thoughts, and you can repeat them after me. I'm getting ready for my day. I'm making breakfast. I'm feeling calm. I'm walking to work. I'm learning new words every day. Good job! You're doing something very powerful right now. You're teaching your brain to think in English without translation. Now, let's talk about a big challenge for many learners: fear of speaking. Ah, yes, that fear that someone might laugh or that your sentence might sound strange. But let me tell you something true. Everyone who speaks English, even native speakers, makes mistakes. When I was learning Spanish, I once told someone, "I'm hungry for 30 years," instead of, "I've been hungry for 30 minutes." Haha, they laughed, but they understood me. That's how we all learn. Every mistake becomes a funny story later. So please, don't hide your English. Use it. Even imperfect English is better than perfect silence. Let's try something fun. I'll give you a few small questions, and you answer out loud, even if your answer is short or simple. Ready? What's your favorite food? What time did you wake up today? Do you like movies? What's your dream job? Good. Don't worry if your answers sound basic. They are real. You are practicing. Now, let's talk about listening and shadowing, because they can make your pronunciation and rhythm stronger. When you listen to native English, don't just focus on words. Listen to the music of the language. Notice how voices go up and down, how people pause, how they smile through their speech. English is not flat. It has emotion, melody, movement. When you shadow, try to copy not just the words, but also the feeling. For example, if the speaker sounds happy, sound happy too. If they sound serious, match that mood. You're not just copying language, you're copying emotion. That's what makes your English sound alive. Try this with me. I'll say a few short lines.
Listen first, then repeat them with feeling. Wow, that's amazing! Oh no, I forgot my phone! Ah, this coffee tastes so good. I'm thinking about my weekend. Nice work! Do you hear how natural that sounds? When you add emotion, your voice feels real and your confidence grows. Now, let's talk about memory and repetition. Many people say, "I forget what I learn." That's normal. The brain forgets quickly if it sees something only once. So the secret is to repeat things often, but not in a boring way. Here's what you can do. When you learn a new phrase, write it down on a small piece of paper or in your phone. Say it out loud 3 times. Use it in a sentence about your life. For example, if you learn the phrase, "I'm looking forward to it," you can say, "I'm looking forward to the weekend," or "I'm looking forward to watching my favorite show." You can even make it more fun by connecting it with feelings. Smile when you say happy sentences. Use your hands when you speak. Make your learning active, not passive. Let's practice a few useful phrases you can repeat every day. Say them after me. I'll try my best. It's okay to make mistakes. I can speak English clearly. I'm improving little by little. Beautiful! Your mouth needs this kind of practice, just like your muscles need exercise. Speaking of muscles, your tongue, lips, and face are also learning English. That's why repeating out loud is so important. Reading silently doesn't train your mouth. You have to speak to teach your body how English feels. Try this quick routine every day. Choose one short video in English. Listen once without reading subtitles. Listen again and repeat the sentences out loud. Record your voice for 1 minute. Listen to your recording and notice your progress. At first, you might not like your voice. That's okay. Nobody likes their own voice in recordings. But the more you do it, the more natural it will sound. Now, I want to share another idea. Connecting English with your interests. Don't force yourself to watch boring English lessons. Find things you love. If you like cooking, watch simple English cooking videos. If you love football, listen to English sports podcasts. If you enjoy travel, watch travel vlogs in English. When you listen to what you love, you forget that you're studying. You're just enjoying life in English. For example, one of my students loved gardening. She started watching short English videos about plants. At first, she didn't understand everything, but she kept listening. After a few weeks, she could explain things like, "I water my plants every morning," and "These flowers need more sunlight." She didn't study grammar. She learned naturally by doing something she loved. So ask yourself, what do I love? Then connect English to that. That's how learning becomes joyful. Let's take a small break and breathe together. Inhale and exhale. You're doing something wonderful right now. You're learning a new skill that will stay with you forever. English will open doors, not just for jobs or travel, but for understanding people and cultures around the world. Keep smiling. Keep listening. Keep speaking. You are doing better than you think.
Perfect. Let's keep going, my friend. Now, I want you to imagine something. You're walking down a busy street, maybe in New York, or maybe in your own city. People are talking, cars are moving, and you hear English all around. A man says, "Hey, how's it going?" Someone else says, "Thanks, have a good one." You listen and suddenly realize you understand them. You smile quietly because this moment feels different. English is no longer something you study, it's something you live. That's where we want to go. Not just to know English, but to feel it, to live inside it. To do that, you need one thing above all: daily connection. English should not be something you open once a week like a heavy book. It should be like a friend who stays with you all day. Let me show you how simple this can be. You wake up, you look out the window, and you say in English, "The sky looks bright today." You open your phone and read one English sentence online. You go to work or school and think in English, "I'm feeling a little sleepy." These are small thoughts, but they build your English brain. Here's a short exercise. Right now, think about your day. Try to describe it out loud in English. For example, I woke up early. I made some tea. I checked my messages. I went outside for a walk. Great! These are not textbook sentences. They are real. They are your life in English. Now, let's talk about something important: motivation. There will be days when you feel tired, days when you think, maybe I'm not improving. That's normal. Every learner feels that. But progress in language is like the sunrise. It happens slowly, quietly, and beautifully. Sometimes you don't notice it, but one day someone speaks to you in English and you reply without thinking. That's when you'll realize all those small moments added up. So, how can you keep your motivation strong? Let's look at 3 simple ideas. First, celebrate small wins. When you understand a new word, smile. When you speak a full sentence, feel proud. When you finish watching a short English video, say to yourself, "I did it." These tiny celebrations tell your brain that learning is fun. Second, track your progress. Keep a little notebook or use your phone notes. Write down new phrases or even short journal entries like, "Today I practiced English for 10 minutes," or "Today I spoke English with a friend." When you look back after a month, you'll see how far you've come. Third, connect with others who learn like you. Join online groups, comment on English videos, or talk to friends who also practice. When you share your journey, you don't feel alone. And remember, if you ever feel stuck, come back to SWT English Learning. You'll always find motivation and new lessons here. Now let's talk about thinking in English, because this is the bridge from understanding to fluency. Many learners translate in their heads before speaking. They think in their native language, then try to change it into English. That's why they speak slowly. The goal is to remove that middle step. Here's how you can start. Begin with simple thoughts. For example, say to yourself in English, "I'm hungry. I want water. I'm feeling cold." When you walk outside, name things you see: a tree, a car, a woman with a red bag. Ask yourself short questions in English and answer them. Where am I going? To the store. What do I need? Some bread. These baby steps are how your brain starts living in English. The more you do this, the faster English words will come naturally. Let's practice a few simple question and answer thoughts together. What am I doing now? I'm listening to English. Why am I listening? Because I want to speak better. How do I feel? I feel calm and focused. Perfect. That's how you begin thinking directly in English. No translation, no stress. Now, let's talk about rhythm and pronunciation. English is not just about words. It's about music. Every language has its rhythm, its dance. When you speak English, your mouth, tongue, and breath work together like instruments. Here's something fun to try. When you watch English movies or shows, notice how actors move their faces. English speakers often open their mouths wider and move their lips more. Try to copy that.
It may feel funny at first, but it helps your pronunciation become clear. Let's practice a few common rhythm patterns. Listen to me and repeat. How are you doing today? I'm doing great, thank you. It's nice to see you again. Have a wonderful day. Can you hear how the voice rises and falls? That's natural rhythm. You don't need to speak fast, just follow that music. Now here's another simple but powerful idea. Use English to describe your emotions. When you feel happy, say, I'm happy. When you feel nervous, say, I'm a little nervous, but that's okay. When you feel tired, say, I need some rest. Naming your emotions in English makes the language personal. It connects English to your heart, not just your brain. Let's try that now. Repeat these sentences slowly. I'm feeling peaceful. I'm proud of myself. I can keep going. I'm learning more every day. Beautiful. Do you feel how strong that sounds? That's the voice of progress. Now let's talk about habits. Big goals can feel scary, but habits make them easy. You don't need to study for hours. You just need a few simple English habits that fit into your life naturally. Here are some examples. Listen to one English podcast every morning while brushing your teeth. Write 3 English sentences before bed. Read one English post or article during lunch. Watch a short English video while resting. That's it. No stress, no pressure, just small, steady actions. There's a phrase I love. Don't count the hours you study, count the days you show up. Every day you show up for your English, even for 10 minutes, you're becoming the kind of person who lives in English. Let's say that together. I show up every day. I'm building a new habit. I'm getting stronger in English. Perfect. Now, I want to tell you about another student of mine. Her name is Aisha. She was very shy and never spoke English at school because she was afraid of mistakes. But she started a small private rule. Every night, before sleeping, she talked to herself in English for 2 minutes. She said things like, "Today I studied math. I watched a funny video. I miss my friend." At first, she was slow, but after 2 months, she could tell full stories without stopping. Her teacher was shocked by her progress. That's the magic of small, daily effort. So keep that idea in your heart. A little every day beats a lot once in a while. Fluency doesn't come from speed. It comes from patience, joy, and routine. Take a moment to smile right now. Feel proud of the time you're giving to yourself. English is not just about words. It's about confidence, courage, and connection.
All right, let's continue the journey, my friend. Now, take a deep breath. You've learned so much already, not just English words, but a new mindset. From this point on, we're going to focus on what makes your English shine, the small secrets that turn learners into confident speakers. Let's start with something simple but powerful: confidence. Confidence is not about speaking perfect English. It's about speaking without fear. When you make mistakes, it means you're learning. Think of a baby learning to walk. They fall hundreds of times, but they never say, "I quit." They smile, stand up, and try again. That's how you must be with English. Every mistake is a sign of movement. Every error is a teacher in disguise. Here's a simple trick to grow your confidence fast. When you speak, don't focus on grammar. Focus on connection. For example, if you want to say, "I have been studying English for 2 years," but in the moment you only remember, "I study English 2 years." That's okay. The person still understands you. Communication happens. The rest will improve naturally as you keep practicing. Your goal is connection, not perfection. Now, let's talk about real-world English, the kind people use in everyday life. Textbooks are great, but real English is full of emotion and rhythm. For example, instead of I am very tired, people say I'm exhausted or I'm beat. Instead of I do not understand, they say I don't get it. Instead of I am very happy, they say I'm so glad or that's awesome. These natural phrases make you sound alive and confident. Let's practice a few of them together. I'm feeling great today. That's so cool. No worries, it's okay. Let's grab some coffee. That sounds amazing. Good. Say them with emotion, like you're talking to a friend, not a robot. Now, I want to share a secret most learners don't realize. English is not about remembering, it's about repeating. When you repeat phrases many times, your brain starts to treat them like reflexes. You don't think, you just speak. Here's a quick exercise you can do daily. Choose 5 short sentences you like. Repeat them 3 times slowly. Then say them quickly and naturally. For example, I can do this. I'm learning every day. That's a good idea. I'm ready for new challenges. Everything takes time. Repeat these when you walk, when you cook, or when you wait in line. It's like training your mouth muscles. Now, let's explore something deeper, listening skills. Many people think speaking is the hardest part, but the truth is listening is the foundation. You cannot speak naturally if you don't listen enough. So here's what you can do. Listen to short clips in English every day. You can use SWT English Learning videos for this. Don't worry if you don't understand every word. Try to catch the feeling, the emotion, and the rhythm. When you hear a sentence you like, pause and repeat it. I call this shadowing. It's like dancing with the speaker's voice. Example, you hear, "What are you up to?" Pause. Repeat, "What are you up to?" Try to copy the speed and sound. This method builds both listening and speaking power at the same time. Now, let's talk about another skill, vocabulary building. You don't need to memorize 10,000 words. Instead, you need to remember the useful ones. Here's how you can do that. Learn words in context, not in lists. Don't just memorize apple. Say, I like eating apples for breakfast. Use what I call the 3-time rule. See the new word once. Use it in a sentence the same day. Use it again within 3 days. Read short English texts, stories, captions, or articles every day. Even 5 minutes helps. Let's take an example. Suppose you learn the word peaceful. You can say, the park looks peaceful. I feel peaceful after listening to music. This place is so quiet and peaceful. 3 sentences, 1 word, and you've made it yours. Now, let's move on to something many learners forget: body language and tone. When you speak English, your face, hand, and eyes also communicate. For example, English speakers often use gestures. They nod, smile, raise their eyebrows, and use hand movement naturally. This gives energy to their speech. Try this. Stand in front of a mirror and say, "Hi, nice to meet you." Now say it with a smile. Now say it again with your arms crossed and a serious face. See the difference? The first version feels open and warm. That's how you want your English to sound, alive and friendly. And don't forget intonation, how your voice rises and falls. When you ask a question, your voice goes up slightly. When you finish the sentence, it goes down. For example, are you ready? Voice goes up. Yes, I'm ready. Voice goes down. Practice that rhythm. It's the heartbeat of English. Now, let's move into something truly powerful: storytelling. If you want to become fluent, learn to tell stories. Stories make your English flow. They connect grammar, vocabulary, and emotion. Here's a simple story structure you can use anytime. What happened first? What happened next? How it ended. Let's practice one together. Yesterday, I went to the market. I wanted to buy some fruit, but I forgot my wallet. The shopkeeper laughed, and I laughed too. Then I went home to get my money and came back. It was funny. Simple, right? That's how you practice real English, through small, honest stories from your life. You can even record your voice while telling a story. Then listen to it again later and notice how your pronunciation and fluency improve. Finally, my friend, I want to leave you with 5 golden rules for mastering English with joy. Consistency over intensity. Study a little every day, not too much in one day. Focus on real English, not perfect grammar. Use English emotionally, connected to your feelings and life. Repeat to remember. The more you repeat, the more it becomes natural. And enjoy the journey. Learning a language is not a race, it's a story you live. Remember, you are not behind anyone. You are exactly where you need to be. Every step you take, every video you watch, every word you learn brings you closer to fluency. And as always, here on SWT English Learning, I'm with you every step of the way, guiding you, motivating you, and helping you speak English with confidence, joy, and heart. So, take a deep breath, smile, and say it with me. I can do this. English is my daily friend. I'm getting better every single day. That's the spirit, my friend. Keep going, keep shining, and I'll see you in the next amazing lesson here at SWT English Learning, where your journey to real fluency never stops.